When applying for an OUC rebate, you will be asked to attach supporting documentation. Each rebate's requirements vary, however, you will always include the invoice. On the invoice, your name and address must match the name and address listed on your My OUC online account. The invoice must also include the date the work was completed. Remember, you have 6 months from the date the upgrade was installed to apply for a rebate. Lastly, the invoice must include the cost of the measure. If there are separate measures, each one needs to be itemized separately. Now let's go over how to apply for a rebate for newly installed Energy Star Efficient windows. First, log into your My OUC online account. Click the Rebates and Ways to Save link on the left navigation pane of the account summary page. Then click Access Rebates and Incentives. Here, you'll see residential and business rebate options. Let's click Get Started under Residential Rebates. Note this will open in a new tab. Here, you'll find all the tools you need to complete an application. On the top right corner, you'll see your name. Under Accounts, you'll see your address and account number. Scroll down until you find the Energy Star Windows Replacement Rebate. Click Read More. Here, you'll see the specific requirements to receive an Energy Star window rebate. Windows must meet Energy Star's Southern U.S. region accepted standards of a U factor that equals 0.32 or less and a solar heat gain coefficient that equals 0.23 or less. The invoice you attach must include separately itemized dimensions for each model of windows installed, or the total square footage of windows installed. The invoice also has to include the quantity and model names of all windows installed. You must provide a copy of the certified NFRC window sticker for each window. This sticker should match the model type and provide the U factor and solar heat gain coefficient. And lastly, windows must be installed in a conditioned space to be eligible for a rebate. All of these requirements are often found on the invoice. Here's an example. On this invoice, the name and address match the name and address on the account. It clearly states the company or contractor you worked with, along with the date the window installation was complete. Here, it lists the different windows and their measurements, as well as the total square footage of windows installed. The invoice shows the windows have been paid in full. Now, let's go back and fill out the application. The application begins with your account information, which should have already populated. The requirements for this rebate are listed again on the right side of the page. Check to ensure all information is correct. Under Communication, make sure the phone number and email listed are accurate. If OUC needs to contact you regarding your application, we will use this contact information. When you're ready, click Next. From the invoice, you know the contractor name, the total square footage of windows installed, the installation date, the total customer cost, and the number of windows installed. However, we still need to locate the U factor and the solar heat gain coefficient. This information can be found on the NFRC window stickers. Here's an example. The U factor is listed on the left side, and the solar heat gain coefficient can be found on the right. OUC will also cross-reference the window information here with the information on the invoice. Now, you can go back and fill in the solar heat gain coefficient and the U factor on your application. Now, we need to attach supporting documentation. First, we need to fill out the required window rebate form by clicking the hyperlink or downloading this document off of our website. You should have all of this information available from the documents we've been discussing, such as the invoice and the NFRC window stickers. Once filled out, be sure to upload it here. Then, upload the invoice here and the window stickers here. There may be instances where the invoice doesn't have the information needed to apply for this rebate clearly written out. That's why you'll see the option to upload a document with the window dimensions here. This is only necessary if that information is not reflected on the invoice. Here's an example of documentation with missing information. On this receipt, the customer's name and address matches the name and address on the account. It reflects the quantity of windows, the date of completion, and the total cost, which has been paid in full. However, it's missing important information that prevents OUC from being able to process the rebate application. First, the description says windows but does not include the type of windows, the dimensions, or the total square footage for each window. Therefore, OUC is unable to confirm the rebate amount. The window stickers were not included, so OUC could not confirm the U factor and solar heat gain coefficient. This rebate application would be rejected if additional documents were not included. Now that you've finished the application and attached the necessary documentation, click Next. Here, review and confirm all information is correct and click Submit. Your rebate request has now been successfully submitted. After you submit your request, you will also receive an email confirmation. You can utilize the online rebate application portal to view and track the status of your application. Log back into the portal at any time and click Track Request. Here, you'll see any rebates you applied for. Click Read More to see the status of your application. We appreciate your interest in our rebate program. If you have any questions, please reach out to the conservation team at conservationsupport@ouc.com or call 407-434-2256.